Hey, this is Skylar here.
Hey, this is Big. We're coming to you from Big Life Studios here in downtown Indianapolis. We'd like to take a second before we get into this to tell you if you like this kind of video content, please subscribe, hit the like button, and ring the bell. We need your support. Let's get into this. Hey, this is Big. We're back. We're going to be talking today about big perception, how people see us through the lens, how we see ourselves through the lens in both positive ways and negative ways. This is going to be probably the first of two or three videos to really get into this. We're going to go over a few things today and just get some initial reactions. And we'd like for you guys to comment, hit us back after this video for sure if you felt this way or you feel the same way or if you think we're exaggerating or we're right on point with it. Or maybe it's not even enough.
Yeah.
So,
I personally would like to, give some viewer discretion because some of the content that we might show here, it feels like a slap to the face when you say the big community we're trying to achieve here.
oh yeah, I am a realist. I'm not like a lot of guys. I'm not going to say, oh, I don't understand where they're coming from, or oh, this is obscene or absurd because this is a society we created. This is consumerism as its best. This is where people are going to be judged by what they're taught. It's not their character. I'm go back to people my age. We're from the Al Bundy days, Married with Children. He was this, that was his famous things when he was in the shoe store making fun of fat women in there buying shoes. It's ingrained in us. So how we come away with that, people to it's not going to go away tomorrow. So we got to learn to live with it today. But we really need to start diving into what's going to make us positive or feel better about ourselves to change that cycle for mental health and physical health. Yeah, my son pulled up this ad from Dazed. It was written by Jake Hall back in June of 2016, and it's basically 5 ads that took body shaming to a whole new level. Um, if we scroll down, let's just go there first. Um, let's just go straight to a
Let's go
picture so you
ad by
can
ad,
see.
yeah.
Yeah, right here's a good one.
So we got Ashton Madison here, and this was what I was talking about is for right out of the gates. Honestly, there's a lot of questions and a lot of inflection.
Yeah, um, I'm not even really for sure what the statement is, other than they're saying that you'd much rather be with the skinny girl than the fat girl, um, which I just don't understand the content. But these pictures are put in bus stations. This is
Yeah.
bus station advertisement in London.
Yeah,
And
contextual or not, I mean, what about the people who see these and just affiliate that X with
yeah,
their body type now?
yeah. Well, girls especially. You've heard me say before, girls, young girls.
Yeah.
Um, it's got to be hard because it's you know everything these girls are taught or seen or is about being pretty, uh, accepted in being pretty. And anything other than the norm is not pretty. So
And this is,
these are things we want to talk about. In a couple of next videos, we really want to delve into them and see. I'm definitely going to look up a lot more of this kind of content and
let's see what Hall's saying about that. Let's scroll back up here. All right, so Hall says about this Ashton Madison ad that you might remember the website Ashton Madison from the widespread infidelity scandal that led to scores of men committing suicide. It's unsurprising that a site which encourages marital behavior or betrayal can occasionally hit below the belt with its ad campaigns, but the above examples still came as a shock. We call it as we see it, screams the text, which hovers above two women, one thin and one fat, laid out in lingerie. Naturally, the bigger model has a big red X next to her, because who in their right mind would willingly have sex with a fat woman, right? A later edition of the ad was released with the same image of the second model accompanied by the question, "Did your wife scare you last night?" It's alright, guys. If you somehow got lumbered with a wife that dared to gain weight throughout your marriage, it's completely cool and morally acceptable to pay to find a sexy new replacement. Ashley Madison says it so must be true, right? Says it so must be true, right?
That's a rough one to talk about. There's going to be a lot both ways on that one right there. I don't know what to say about that one. I think that all of us, especially guys in general, because we're not, yeah, we want to be chiseled. We want to have the square jaw and the, chiseled abs and the wide shoulders. Um, but in general, men are not, as pressed to be handsome, to be fit.
Women like, the Monroe kind of thing,
Yeah.
wanting to be the perfect hourglass and be on those
Well, again,
magazines.
they're sold on it. It's it's what
And
what we've made
yeah.
beautiful.
And so even advertisement in gray area now, I mean, it's just an accepted theme, like we said, it's ingrained now to sort of put anyone who's overweight into that category of unattractive or can't find a relationship or, and so I can see where there's some submersive, uh, messaging going on, even whether it's intentional or not, to bigger people and especially young women. I mean, you're saying there's a lot of back and forth, there or will be, or if there already has. This is a 2016 article. What do you mean back and forth on whether or not people should be able to make stuff like that, or back and forth on how people view it?
Both, because it's a touchy situation either way you go. Um, right now we're talking about attacking fat acceptance by fat shaming.
Yeah,
You know, uh, being fat is the easiest one because ugly is you know in the eye of the beholder, just like the same as beauty. But fat is fat. If you're fat,
yeah,
you're fat. It's not I see you as fat. You're fat,
yeah.
and
So how we view that as in health in regards to beauty?
yeah, and it's a double-edged sword because if you say you're fat
Yeah,
and condemn somebody for being fat,
yeah,
then you're fat shaming.
yeah,
And then if you're doing, writing articles like this or
yeah,
creating a community like we're creating, then it's,
yeah.
you're enabling bad habits,
Speaking of that,
bad health.
do you have a good idea of, surmising big solution? I'd say what is the big solution? Like, what does big bring to the table of perception that makes people feel a little, a bit more like, oh, that's a good way of looking at it when confronted with things like that, and having that crisis, or just
Well,
complexity?
one, I think you need to be, honest with yourself, and we need to be honest about society. You know, they, they don't sell tents, and they don't want to push living under a bridge, and they don't want to, they don't want to sell you on uh, riding bicycles instead of cars. I mean, society is built, capitalism is built, selling people a product. They want you to buy a big home. They want you to buy nice cars. And it's the same for makeup, hair, clothing product. The reason I use the word, and I am a capitalist, I believe in our systems as far as that goes. But the pressure it puts on people, if you see those kind of advertisements, if you see those things, we only have ourselves to be mad at because we've let this happen. That's why I'm trying to build this community. Why we have let the marketing agencies still promote, 120-pound models versus, 70% of the nation, which is, heavy.
Yeah,
In some way, clear up to obese.
yeah,
Why we're not, we did that to ourselves. We should demand more. Now, to go around being pissed off about it, it's not going to solve the issue.
yeah,
We have to look at ourselves, and we are who we are. You're heavy. You got two choices. You can either live with being heavy, or you can get busy losing weight. And I'm in the middle of the road. I think you need to accept who you are, If you want to make a change, live day to day and make the changes. But don't be mad about it. You know.
Is the humorous depiction in this Ashley Madison ad?
Yeah, there's got to be humor in it. Listen, if we can't laugh about it,
Yeah.
you know, then we're not being honest with ourselves.
But do you think there is any like backfire when it comes to like, we're discussing someone who's impressionable?
Yeah, oh for sure. If you're on that bus
Yeah.
with your 11-year-old little girl or 9-year-old little girl or 14, 15-year-old girl, and she's chubby or heavy, which we've already discussed that 20, 25% of our youth is overweight. I am sure in her mind, even she may not express it then or may never say it out loud, but that has to bother people. Just like a fat chubby guy, and he sees a picture of who's the guy that just played Aquaman,
Jason Mohan.
Jason Mohan, he's built, 8-pack abs, and good looking, and then you're a little dumpy little boy. I think it's all part of. But the problem you have with that is that's the commercialism of it. As long as it was in a movie, because he was playing Aquaman, that's great, But if we put that in an advertisement with 2 men, one dopey and one Jason Mohan, and said who you gonna have an affair with, and checked off the dopey one.
Now we've made a bias.
Yeah, now see it's the same thing.
Yeah.
So what people have to do is understand that's the part when I say it is what it is. That's reality. To change that, we're just going to have to slowly, as a group, come together as a group to make a presence of changing those things. It's going to be it's so much to take in, and everybody feels different about it. I do agree we have to start doing something, especially for our youth. When you're 50, it's not as important. You're not out here chasing your first love. You're not in a classroom setting with friends that are judging you, or you're trying to be popular or be accepted by a group. I'm not saying that at work and when we're out doing our jobs, or if we're in a position where we're meeting new people, yeah, it's important to feel positive about yourself and to feel good about yourself. But I don't think it's quite as hard on you as an impressionable youth, and that sticks with you your whole life. So I think we really need to understand how do you make people feel better from a younger age, knowing that all those things are not going to change anytime soon. So we got years of dealing with, if anything, it might have went backwards some, because like I said, fat is fat. It's easy to point out, obvious. So I think we need to, in the next video, talk about the positive side of that.
Make like a part series.
Yeah. And you guys need to start being a part of this. This video needs to go around.
Yeah, we need that good feedback for the big life.
Yeah. Send us some comments. Start talking to this. Share this video. And here, hopefully over the weekend, first part of the week, we'll have the second part of this one out. We'll talk about some of the positive things, body positivity.
Yeah. If you have any sources, any links, share that as well with us. You can email us or just leave the comment, as we said. What's some articles or ads that, hey, they haven't seen this yet?
Yeah. Whether it be for fat shaming or, body positivity, fat acceptance, whatever you want to call it. If you got some articles or some pictures or something and you want us to talk about them, send them to us. Hey, we hope you enjoyed this video. We'll be hopefully coming back to see you guys soon in another couple of days. But if you like this one, make sure you subscribe, hit the like button, ring the bell for further notifications, and we're looking forward to seeing you soon.
Goodbye from downtown Indianapolis.
Take it easy, guys.